2. All right.
How many guys got any sleep last night? Anybody? That's good. That's good.
Give me just a hair more there. Hair more. Thank you. All right.
I think
okay.
Hotel rooms scare us. We always get separate rooms.
We do, but I don't think I said why not? Why shouldn't we just share a room? You know, something happened several years ago. Jackson refuses to share a hotel room with me.
Okay. That's a true story. And man, I think if you hear the story, you'll totally agree with me because, you know, things like this will scar you for life, I think.
Okay, so somebody got us a hotel room. They got us a microtel. Who's stayed in a microtel before, all right? Every microtel room is small, of course. It's a microtel.
Micro.
And they only have one bed in the room. So imagine 2 grown dudes. We walk in, we throw open the door, we look at it, and there's one bed. So
what do you do? So you take pillows and you put them down the center.
That's right. You guys have done this.
That's right. That's how you fix that problem.
Okay, so next time we're going to make sure they don't put us in a microtel. So we're going to do the show. We come back to the room, and on the way back, it's a very hot summer night. We stop and we get some ice cream. Right? We don't normally do that.
We haven't slept for 20 hours, so there's 2 things going on here. Number 1, we're hungry, but more importantly, number 2, we're really tired.
And it's very hot, so we got the ice cream. We get back to the room. We're ready to eat this Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and we don't have anything to eat it with.
Nothing to eat it with. You know, you've got and it's hard to.
And it's expensive ice cream. So we decide, we'll just miss out on the ice cream. We'll go to sleep. Right?
That's what I decided. Yes.
So as I'm laying there, the wheels start turning. I think, hey, they've got plasticware downstairs in the breakfast area, right? So I get up, sneak out of the room, go down there.
While he's down there, I finally, after 20 hours, go to sleep.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing. And at this point, you know, the rule is you don't wake the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's one of those
things. Are you a baby?
No. Just kidding.
So I find what we need. I bring it back up there, and I'm thinking he's going to be mad if I eat this without him.
But I'm going to be more upset if he wakes me up.
All right.
So guys, you just tell me if it wouldn't scar you when you're laying there, you're totally asleep. You're finally at rest. It's pitch black. And you hear another dude whisper in your ear.
Okay, that sounds romantic. It was not in a romantic way at all.
Whatever. You weren't the one that was asleep, so you hear somebody else whisper in your ear, and it goes like this. I'm sleeping, I'm snuggled in, and I hear this. Hey man, want a spoon?
Do you want a spoon? I think is how I said it.
It doesn't matter. What matters is what you heard when you were asleep. So we never ever, in case you're ever wondering, no, we don't ever have the same room. That never happens anymore. And if it does, I just sleep in the van.
All right, so here we go, Jackson. This morning it's going to be very hot again today. You guys are dressed very appropriately. Thank you very much. Now, this next song is a song that sometimes we do as a dress code at certain events. We do. People ask us to sing this song as a public service announcement. You guys are doing great, but we'll go ahead and do this. It's a fun song, and it's about something that happened.
But it will be a public service announcement. Just something for you to remember. And we wrote this song because we were in Florida at the Strawberry Festival. And while we were there, has anybody ever been to the Strawberry Festival? Okay, it's really good strawberries. And as we were there, we were walking around, and people were dressed inappropriately, and I understand that because it was really hot outside, but still, you can be more careful with what you wear, and so we decided that we would write a song about it. I was just a little surprised that you actually walked up to the lady.
I couldn't help it. I walked right up to this lady. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I persuade you to wear some sweatpants? Can I buy you some baggy jeans? And tell me why are you wearing that sports bra? You're showing more than we care to see. Indeed, we've all got places that nobody needs to see. So let's just keep them covered. It would be common courtesy. I was grooving to a tune last Friday at the local country bar. When across the room, everybody heard, oh! You see, spandex can only stretch so far. Her pants had barely survived the electric slide. I said the tush push wasn't enough, but when the man called out for the hokey pokey, I knew it was gonna get keep them covered. It would be common courtesy. There you go.
We had a hailstorm at home. It was about a year and a half ago.
It was the same night that the last year that the tornadoes came through Alabama.
That's right. It was a horrific time, and it was one of those moments, at least at home, and it really wasn't as bad as it could have been. And there was a tornado that hit not too many miles away from our house, so we were really blessed. We didn't get hit with that, but I'd never seen a hailstorm like that. I mean, the hailstones were huge, you know, and they just destroyed the outside of our house and our cars, but at the beginning of it, I've never seen anything like that in my life. So anytime hail falls and it bounces, and it's kind of fun to watch, you know, because normally they're very small, and you know you can. So I took the kids over to the window to watch as it started, until one of them, you know, about the size of your fist, hits the window, and you're like, okay, we got to run away. And I was like, I don't know, I've never seen it. You know, I was just waiting. You know, I was waiting to be raptured, and I was a little disappointed it didn't happen. But as I'm sitting there, we're all snuggled up in our bed, and we're waiting for it to end, and it finally does. And we walk outside, and the back porch is just covered. You know, about 2-3 inches, you know, deep. It was crazy, and so we were like, free ice. And so we're putting it in the freezer, but it was really, I mean, it was cool, but it was scary, and it was all that. And so we're walking around, the neighbors, and we're all walking around. We're going, we better get back inside, because I don't watch the news, so I had no idea it was coming. And then it starts to rain a little bit, and then this, you know, thunder starts happening, and so a thunderstorm comes through, and the power had been knocked out, and so we're sitting there, and we put our kids in bed, and so we go away and hoping that they'll fall asleep. And so we go back in a few minutes to check on them. My daughter's, she's out like a light, and my son's, you know, he's up in bed, and his eyes are about the size, you know, half doll. I mean, he's just scared.
So Dean is what, 6?
Yeah,
that was like 8, right?
Right, and so as I walk in, I've got this thing down already. I mean, as a dad now, I you know, you think you know all the answers, right? Here's what's going to happen. I've already played this out. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to say Dean, and I'm going to say that because that's his name. It would have been silly to say something else. And so I'm going to say, Dean, I'm going to say, what's wrong? And he's going to say, Daddy, I'm scared. And I'm going to say, son, you know, what are you afraid of? And he's going to say, the lightning and you know, the thunderstorm and the hailstorm. And I'm going to go, son, you know, it's all right. And then I'm going to give him this lesson about how, you know, God's going to take care of us and that he's in control of all these things. And so as I walk in there, and I say, son, what's wrong? He says, Dad, I'm scared. Check. You know what I'm saying? And I said, what are you afraid of? And then he says, my underpants. They don't teach that one in Dad 101. And I just didn't know. I don't know how to answer that question. You know, if you're afraid of your underpants, you're going to have a difficult life. You know, or be very free your whole life. I don't know. But I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, no pun intended. And so I start asking him questions. He keeps telling me his sister's name, and so at this point I wake up Ella, his older sister, and I said, can you tell me what happened? And she said, well, yeah, I was just preparing him for what's going to happen tonight. Not for what might happen, for what's going to happen. And I said, well, tell us what you told him. And as an older sister, she was just trying to prepare him for what was going to happen so he would be safe. And she had gone through this recently at school. I didn't know that. So what she told him was that she said, Dean, do you hear that thunder and lightning? He said, yeah. And she said, well, lightning's going to strike our house. And when it does, it's going to wake us up. You know, it's not a problem. We're going to hear boom, you know, and then it's going to burst into flames. That's what she said. And when the house bursts into flames, we're going to go out my door. We're going to go out the front door. We're going to go to the mailbox, which is our meeting spot, and we're going to wait there, you know. And she said, but if we go to my door and it's hot, we're going to jump back. We're we're going to go to the window, raise the window, and jump out of the window, and then we're going to go down to our meeting spot, which is the mailbox. If for some reason you're to catch on fire, just stop, drop, and roll. You know, it'll put the fire out. You'll be okay. That was all the instructions she gave him. At this point, I'm a little worried because she never said anywhere in there anything about waking up our parents. But whatever, you know, at least they're safe, right? And so I'm trying to figure this thing out because, and so I said, Dean, so are you worried about the house getting struck by lightning? He says, no. And I was, okay, so are you worried about being able to get out of the house if it ever catches on fire? No. Okay. Then what are you afraid of? He said, well, Dad, I'm afraid because I'm sleeping and I don't have any pants on. And when I get out to the meeting place at the mailbox, who's going to have me some pants? And so very gently, I just, you know, I got down on one knee and I looked at my son in the face. And I just, you know, love him. You know, I just looked at him and I said, son, you're the laziest kid I've ever met in my entire life. I said, that's easily fixed. Go and get you some pants. You know, it's one of those things my dad always taught me, you know. There's two reasons to never worry. Number one is if there's something you can do about it, do something about it, and you don't have to worry about it. Number two, if you can't do anything about it, nothing you can do about it, so no reason to worry about it. And that was very good advice, but my wife and I went back and laughed at my son for quite a while and then realized it was a very good point, you know. I mean, God says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, you know, and all these other things will take care of themselves. And I think sometimes, you know, God looks at us and he sees that we're just worried about our pants.
Yeah, we look pretty silly to him probably, the things that we get focused on instead of the things that really matter, right?
Yeah, so if you don't remember anything else Bean and Bailey has said this weekend, just remember that we told you to always wear pants. All right? Always wear your pants.
How about always seek first the kingdom?
That's what I meant. That's number one. Number two is always wear pants. You guys are great. We've had a good time with you guys this weekend, and we appreciate all the, and keep them coming. I mean, we like all the ideas that you've given us for the Twitter. You know, we've got a lot of new tweet songs because of you alone, you know, and I think we're going to be using a lot of those. So just keep them coming. It's a load of fun.
Hey,
you want to, okay.
Jackson, last thing, we got to finish up here. We got to get out of the way.
Rush of Fools is ready to rock the stage. If you'll just get back up here, all right?
You can't. Just not gonna have time to do that. All right, so hey, one thing I forgot to. It's been great to meet you guys back at our table. I forgot to mention last night that we back at our table we do take credit cards.
We just take them. Sorry. All right, we're gonna finish up with a little blues music. I got the blues. I got the blues. I got the blues. I got the blues. You see, I work all week just to pay my dues. I got the blues.
What are you doing?
All blues music has a harmonica.
You don't have a harmonica.
Clearly. Then I got the next best thing, which is the hand monica, and I take it with me wherever I go.
The hand monica.
Yeah, it comes in quite handy.
All right, Alabama. Jackson wants to finish up with his hand monica. What was that?
It was a chicken. I don't know.